People that vibrate the highest understand that energy is currency. People that are vibrating the highest energetically, they understand that energy is currency.
What's up, sis? Thank you so much for tuning into another episode. In today's conversation, ladies, we're going to talk about our energetic currency. Specifically, I want us to focus on what are we spending our energetic currency on. For those of you that, may not be familiar to that term or it's just something that's new to you, I want you to look at energetic currency the same way that we view money. So when you are, checking your bank account, you see, okay, yep, I got paid, I got my direct deposit, I got my sale, whatever it is, you start budgeting, hopefully, you start budgeting out what you're going to spend that money on. Sometimes, if we maybe overspent or, we forgot a bill, something like that, we could take a look at it and recognize that, oh, shoot, I actually did not budget that wisely. I ended up spending money on things that I shouldn't have, or, I spent the extra $100 at, this restaurant, and I really shouldn't have done that because that $100 was supposed to go elsewhere. I want you to look at energetic currency in the same way. What do you spend your energy on? The one thing that we hear often is that we cannot get time back. And I am such a huge believer of that. But one thing that's equally important is recognizing the amount of energy that we put out. We are not guaranteed that energy back to us. We're not guaranteed the replenishment of that energy once we have dispersed it out. So it's really important that we start paying attention to, what are we actually putting our energy into? Where is our energetic currency being spent? So today I want to talk about 4 places, 4 areas where you may be wasting your energetic currency. And if you resonate with any of these, I really, really, really encourage you to bring and pull all of this back to you. Like that energy is very precious. It is time and effort that could be utilized toward elevating yourself, to getting you closer to your destiny. So let's go ahead and hop into it. The very first way that you could be wasting your energetic currency is by being the therapist. You are no one's therapist unless you truly did go and get your licensure for it, like you went to school. Thank you if you did. We need therapists out here on this planet, but if that's not you, you have got to stop wasting your energy trying to be the therapist to everyone. There is a such thing as being a listening ear. There is a such thing as trying to support your family, support your friends, people you care about, but you want to make sure that there's balance there too. You don't want to be so depleted that, you find yourself drained mentally or emotionally after you're having conversations with people. So if you need some help in trying to identify, like, have I been the therapist to someone? Like, go back in your previous conversations with people and tune into self, like tap into yourself. Ask yourself, do I get really tired once I'm done like talking to this person? Or when I see their name come across my phone, am I like sighing in dread because I'm like, damn, they finna have me on the phone for 2 hours, you know what I mean, while they complain about the same repeated problem and I'm just sitting here listening. Those are ways that your energy is being pulled from you there, sis. Like, it's not actually helpful to you. And to be honest with you, if you have someone in your life that they're constantly leaning on you for that, and it's especially about the same problem over and over again, it's not even helping them. Them coming to you with the same problem over and over, it has not, warranted a solution at this point. You have truly become the emotional punching bag. And I just got to say it to you raw like that, because that's what it is. Someone that will keep coming to you with the same problems over and over and over again with no effort of trying to actually fix it. They never come to you with progress. They don't come to you with like any sort of solutions. They are truly using you to be their emotional trash can. And you got to cut that out immediately. It is taking your energy from you, and that's energy that you could be reinvesting into yourself or investing into people that truly want to see better for themselves as well. So it's time to stop being the therapist. To tie into being the therapist, the second way that you may be wasting your energetic currency is going to be through being the problem solver or the fixer. I'm gonna tell y'all, full transparent moment, that is completely me. Like, it's something I'm actively working on still. It's not something that I perfected, but I've definitely gotten better over the years now that I've become more aware of where my energy is going toward. I truly had a problem with like being the problem solver. I was once the therapist, and then I realized that I have a personal frustration with people that come without like trying to fix the problem. I'm very much so a like, let's figure this out, let's get this done, let's come to a solution. But where it becomes energetically draining is when you become the go to person to fix the problem, when they don't even attempt to try to fix the problems themselves. And they just come to you because, well, you'll have the answers. You've always been the person that I could lean on when I'm in trouble. You're always the person I can call when I need money, or when I'm having an issue with my partner and, I need some place to stay because they kicked me out again. Like, if you're constantly the fixer, you are getting your energy sucked dry. And it's time to cut that out. It's time to cut it out. You can assist people in finding solutions through their own methods. Problem solver, it's a good thing, but it's also a bad thing if it's not something that you regulate, if it's not something that has some control around it. There was one friend in particular where every time we would talk about some of the challenges that she was facing at work. She had entered into a new position. And so, this was just, it was a new environment for her. And it was also a new environment for me. I had never worked in that field. But because I've worked in corporate, I kind of knew the lay of the land. And, I was giving her advice. And it was to a point to where like nearly every day she would come to me with, well, what do I need to do about this? What should I do about that? What should I do about that? This is over the span of months, y'all. And I realized that like she was not even trying to find her footing. Like, she wasn't trying to actually get acclimated with her position. It was just more of I rely on, my friend to tell me what I should do, and I'm just going to do that. That is emotionally draining. I found myself like doing things like going over reports for her at her job while I also had my own job. So you got to realize the type of toll that it can take on you if you're constantly someone that is in fix it mode and helper mode and let me solve it for you mode. If you do feel like this is you, or you kind of struggle with that, one thing that I would truly encourage you to do is start writing out a list of areas in your own life where you feel like there could be some improvements. Take that energy and fix those problems. A lot of times too, guilty, a lot of times too, we're so open to fixing other people's problems because they're easier to handle than our own problems. But what we don't recognize is that we're putting ourselves in this incessant cycle, and we are honestly never growing. We're watching everyone else grow, and there are some people that may even be growing off of our own merits. And that can brew a lot of negative feelings. That can brew resentment, that can brew frustration if you feel like, okay, I've helped other people elevate, I've fixed other people's problems, but I'm still sitting in the same issue that I have. It's because, sis, you didn't put the energy where it belonged. The energy that you have, it is in you and it is for you. Everyone else gets your overflow. Everybody else gets your overflow. So if you are the problem solver and you are the Mrs. Fix It, I need you to focus on fixing you first. Then you can assist other people with their issues or their problems, give advice, all that good stuff, but you got to take care of you first. The third way that you could be exhausting your energetic currency is by being indecisive. I don't think people realize just how detrimental being indecisive can be for your life. If you are constantly sitting in the middle, if you're constantly riding the fence, you don't know, you're unsure, I tell you, it's going to do two things. Number one, it is going to truly drain you. It is going to be mentally exhausting, and it will develop a very double minded spirit, a very double minded mentality, which is no benefit to you whatsoever. The second thing that it's going to do is it is going to create space for other people to try to come into your life and tell you what you should be doing. And they're going to be the ones to essentially dictate and determine your steps because you have not built up that confidence or that assurity within yourself to make a decision and stand on your decision. So it's going to be important that you stand on business, but stand on business behind you. If you make a bad choice, own up, take accountability, accept the fact that it's a bad choice, and do your best not to let that happen a second time around. I think that's something that many women fall victim to a lot is, that indecisiveness as to whether or not they should stay in a relationship, for example. The thing about it is that if you know that you still have it in you to want to try and put forth some efforts and, see if things could work, maybe we haven't tried therapy yet, or maybe we need that, circle of friends that we love and trust that will provide us with some good guidance. If those are things that I haven't tried yet and I'm willing to try, make a decision that you're going to try. Of course, your partner will need to make that same decision, but for you, make that decision. If you know that you have exhausted all other avenues and you're tired and you're done, be done. Be done. A lot of times we sit in indecisiveness because we're worried about the outcome. We're worried about the future in terms of like, okay, if I make this decision, is this and this going to happen? Plan it out. Ask yourself that what is the absolute worst that can happen and how am I going to handle that if that becomes the case? What's the best case scenario and how am I going to handle that if that's the case? And then once you have outlined that, make the decision. Make the decision that is best for you, but you are wasting a lot of your energetic currency by sitting in the middle. It's not serving you in any way, shape, or form. Y'all know when I make this type of content, I am doing it from a true place of love and support and really wanting to see women thrive. So when I say this last one, y'all, please know that that's where it is coming from. Even if it's a little bit triggering, you are wasting a lot of energetic currency by being the victim. If you are still upset and hurt and dealing with unforgiveness behind what somebody has done to you, what someone has said to you, a situation that didn't work in your favor, the outcome was just, not what you expected. You can't believe this. You never got the apology. You don't understand why, life is lifing the way that it is. You're wasting a lot of your precious energy by playing the victim, by being the victim, by living in that, thinking about it, talking about it, moving like it. Never, ever, ever allow yourself to sit in a victim's space or a victim's mentality for long. And I'm going to say, no matter what it is, no matter what has occurred, try your hardest to get out of that mentality as quickly as possible. And the way that we do that, accepting what is. You have to learn how to accept what is. Accept the fact that you're never going to get that apology. Accept the fact that the person that hurt you is still walking around and they're acting as if they're not hurting, or it looks like they didn't receive the karma that you feel like they should have gotten. You may never see their karma. Now, mind you, I'm a firm believer. It misses nobody, but you may never see it. Accept the fact that you may never see it. Accept the fact that you made some bad choices. You made some mistakes. Forgive yourself for those mistakes. Learn from those mistakes. But you have to make sure that you're not operating your life in a victim space, because that takes up a lot of energy. That takes up a lot of emotional and mental energy that could be used to your benefit. It could be used to putting you in a victor's mentality, in a victor's space. And let's be real, people who are victorious in their mindset, they are victorious in life. The people who truly understand that they are the alchemists of their own lives, that they are co-creators with their existence, that life does not just have to happen to them. They can actually participate and they can make decisions to where better circumstances can come about. If you're upset behind what an ex did to you, you have the opportunity to pick a better partner the next time. If you hate the way your manager was treating you, you have the opportunity to pick a better job or at a better company the next time. You are not bound by your past decisions, by your past mistakes or circumstances, but a victim mindset will tell you that you are. And one more bonus one that I think is also quite common for women, that, we could be wasting our energetic currency on, it is our relationships. And I, am not somebody that is going to tell you to leave a relationship. Like, I love relationships. What I will say though, I do feel like that sometimes when women get into relationships, we allow for a lot of our energy to be sucked out of us, whether it be the partner, the lifestyle, the family, the kids, whatever it is, we will just let a lot of energy be depleted from us. And it's detrimental to us. It's detrimental to our health, our physical and our mental health. It is detrimental to, just the outcome of our lives and what our futures can look like. There should never be a part or a time in your life when you have a whole partner that you should be taking on the brunt of anything. There should not be a time where you're the main one that's doing the dishes, or you're the main one that's cleaning up the house, or doing the laundry, or running the errands and scheduling the appointments, on top of the fact that you have to work, on top of the fact that you should be the one initiating, intimacy. Like, no, no, ma'am. I absolutely encourage you that if you are in a relationship, watch your energetic currency in that relationship. Allow time and space for you to be able to lean back and say, you know what, I'm going to let you take care of that. I'm going to let you handle that one. Nope, I think you can do that one. You know what I mean? I think you'd be great at handling that task. Don't take all of it on you. And with that, understand that your partner may not do it the way you want it done. Your partner may not clean the house exactly the way you want it cleaned. If that's the case, you take on that task, but relieve yourself of another. So make sure that you're also watching yourself and watching your energy currency when you're in relationships as well, ladies. We have to make sure we're taking very good care of ourselves. I am trying to live a very long, fabulous life, and I want an abundance of women to be out here living very long, fabulous, healthy lives too. And this is where it starts. So thank you so much for tuning into another episode, ladies. Until next time, make sure you take very good care of you, and then make sure you go out there and you help another queen fix her crown. Take care.